Welcome to the Enemies of the Fire podcast. This week, a new king is crowned in Charlotte. Johnny Cardoso played well. And what does that mean for Tyler Adams? And then the Chicago Fire, just the Chicago fired. So, gentlemen, I am FC Neo Tokyo. This is DPG. This is James. And what is up? What is going on? What do you got here, James? What are we doing?
Well, to start off the show, just giving a little quick shout out to Section 8 Fire for Food 2025 Drive. Love to shout out them. $1 helps provide 3 meals. Does a lot to help our Chicago community and fight food hunger.
I will be donating after the show because I forgot to do it earlier.
I gotta throw in.
But it's a good cause. It's a good cause. Yeah. Listen, hooray. Let's see that number go. I mean, we are not affiliated with this. It's kind of the most like charitable thing I've ever seen actually work in my life. Like the only time I've ever seen dollar get put in hand, dollar get spent on someone who needed dollar spent on them.
And that's the Chicago Greater.
It's not like one of those things where you put in $1 and maybe it only 20 cents shows up. It's actually all of it.
They're doing a lot of stuff. So I'm really happy James brought this up last week, and we'll be mentioning it. And the Greater Chicago Food Pantry is it still called? I'm sorry, I'm not up on it all, but
the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Thank you. So it's good stuff, man. It's donate. Why not? I guess.
Come on, Fire fans. Let's all do our part.
Not associated. Anyway, talking about doing their part. I cannot believe this. Wilfried Zaha is the thing I've been so excited about all season, all year. I've been screaming about it. I've been all about it. And boom, immediately 2 goals. And they put a crown on his head. Look at his confusion at the American culture.
Yeah, he's like the last time we had kings in France.
Oh my goodness! So
look at that face.
I know.
He's like,
yeah.
You know what?
This is awkward.
I think there's. I'm not going to pretend I know all about Wilfried Zaha's game. I just know he's an exciting player and he scores goals. And I think he is the newest example of something that I think is a new trend in the league. Tell me if I'm wrong. Guys are actually performing the way you expect them to when you sign them. So long in this league, we signed all these guys and they had these names and they never performed. They never came good. And now finally the league signs a guy to score goals. Guy scores goals, does thing. You know what I mean? It's starting to happen now.
Well, and
I know another guy that scored goals too.
He started the match slow too. Dax McCarty was calling him out, saying that it looks like that Charlotte's not going to pull this one off, and then literally, boom goes the dynamite. Zaha basically creates 1 goal and then scores another. And I predicted great success for Zaha, and I think we're going to see it.
Like I said, I'm excited. We talk about the star. Oh God. So talking about stars, DPG brought up that LA is losing to a Costa Rican team, which is pretty awesome, which is wild because they're struggling so mightily. And, KC lost this weekend, and we'll mention that because San Jose yet again won. The team we will be watching all season. But Djokovic scored, the guy who was on LA last season. And it's just like they've been needing goals, and Christian Ramirez hasn't. Well, I mean, he's come off the bench every time I've seen him, and it's just not happening. And it's kind of wild. But we'll keep our eye on that. Hopefully the upset happens. I like upsets.
Well, it's only the first leg, so.
It's only, okay. We'll see what happens. Well, talking about upset, people in Houston were a little upset Or were they? Or was this a preemptive? I'm sorry.
For this,
Messi
this
mania.
was
Yeah, was there outcry? Were people pissed that they bought tickets
I
and
mean,
like Messi didn't make the trip?
did Messi get a 1-game suspension from his team?
I don't know, because Brian Gutierrez did a lot less, and he got a game suspension.
Or
I mean,
maybe,
why wouldn't you just outright suspend him? That would be dumb. It's no, he didn't. It's just one of those things. Like
He took the day off.
muscle
he took
overload?
he took the day off. 100% wasn't feeling it. But that's okay. He's at that age. Like if you ain't feeling it, don't do it. You know, that's how you get
I
hurt.
mean, you already got a bunch of trophies. You got a World Cup under your belt. You get to call your own shots, right?
People were upset at Houston having to say this statement, but I feel like that's a small subset of people, but they were upset nonetheless. Do you find it upsetting that Houston Dynamo is having to comment on the fact that Leo Messi is not going to be showing up?
So, I mean, this whole Messi mania situation, it's kind of, to me, it's already, I'm over it. All right, it's not like the Bulls, you know, put freaking billboards of LeBron James coming to town. You know, it's, you know, like I'm like over it. Like I get it. People are excited because Messi's here and all that, and I think I'm just done. Like I can't wait for it to be over. Like I want this league to go back to, you know, playing against each
Obscure?
other. Yeah. You know what? I'd rather have it obscured. I hate all these eyeballs here because there's always all that criticism being thrown around. You know, I don't care if this league.
You're insane, dude. He's scoring goals. He's active. He's good. It's a good thing he's in the league. The thing is, this kind of statement and like the uproar either way about him not playing and I bought a ticket and the they shouldn't have said a statement. It's sports. All of it's a nothing burger because it's just growing pains of a league. Like 5 years, none of this will matter.
I give more credit to Kansas City because they took a dig at Messi prior to that game. You know, they lost. Yeah, I mean, they tried.
You know what? They did try. You know, they tried.
They tried.
He was like, nope. So,
well, that was also subtle advertising too, guys. Think about the subtle marketing trick of that because they're still putting on the idea that, hey, at least Kansas City is, we're playing Messi. Good luck, Messi. It's a subtle marketing trick.
Yeah, it tell the fans too. It's like, yeah, we're tough. We experience the cold, and they're like, well, yeah, we are tough. I'm gonna go to the game. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, people want to pretend that Messi's never played a game in Norway or Sweden during the Champions League. So,
for real, you know, for real, it's like I said, it's a total nothing burger. It's growing pains of the league.
Speaking of pains of the league,
yeah,
look at this clown.
League.
This shot.
Look at this clown show.
Let's rewrite this tweet. This shot was incredible until it was marred by you know what?
James. Okay, so if for those who don't know what we're looking at,
they already heard about it.
They've probably already heard about it. Yeah. So the chant made its way into a Major League Soccer stadium yet again, but this time undeniably in an MLS stadium. So from my understanding, it didn't come from the supporter section. So let's shout that out because I don't want to be talking shit with a picture of the supporter section behind me.
Yeah.
But I'll say this, you know, it's messed up. Like we've talked about the chant before. It's just stupid. It's literally stupid. That it like, even if your argument was to be like heritage, at this point, it's made enough people mad that to do it is to make them mad, is the point.
It should be interesting how to see how MLS reacts to this. I mean, I'm not suspecting they're gonna do like an empty stadium for San Diego. Maybe if it continues.
That's an option. Again, holy cow!
But here's one thing though. You know, I get that San Diego's a new team, but I wonder how many El Tri fans are actually showing up to see Chucky Lozano.
That's right.
You know, so
So
you know there
Chuki's
might
having to
not
hear
be.
that. I mean, like, is
Yeah,
Chuki gonna make a comment? Maybe they have Chuki come out and say something to the crowd.
I believe he might have
let's
after
get
the game. I'm ignorant to whether he has or has not, but I
because
felt like I saw something.
let's be honest. Every time the U.S. and Mexico play in a final, we always hear the chant.
Yep.
And it's
I
not
mean,
coming from the U.S. fans either.
well, here's the thing though. Let me interject just a split second. I apologize. So during that's easy to like sweep under the rug because it's a singular match. It's a singular moment.
Yeah.
This is not going to be easy to sweep under the rug if it continues to
Well,
happen.
Yeah, and that if it happens all the time, eventually the league's gonna have to force the club to make statements, which I believe they did. But they're also gonna start twisting their arm, like, hey, you gotta, you know, cut this out because we're gonna make you play in an empty stadium.
Well, would they?
I
I mean, what is the protocol here? What is when is time to implement a harsh enough punishment to quote unquote try to stamp this out? And this sucks. This was their home opener.
But
Yeah,
this is their first ever match at
How
home.
do you
It's
stamp
hard.
this out?
It's hard to stamp it out because again, this is a first year team.
Right.
I think the MLS is gonna give them a lot of leadway.
They're gonna have to tiptoe around this. That's right.
You know, MLS is gonna give them a lot of leadway. I won't be surprised if nothing comes out of it. I'm sure.
But that's also on the owners too. The owners are deciding.
Yeah.
They're also deciding to toe certain lines, and if they take a hardline stance against this, that might go as far as saying something and maybe causing it to end, because maybe it's going to come down to the owners to actually try and put a stance on this, because of course MLS wants to be successful. Of course these owners want to be a success, but at what point are you asking yourself, what are our principles here?
That's the thing. That's the thing. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how the league's going to react. The club, I think, did its due diligence. They put out a statement. But again, how many times we've seen these statements come out after U.S. Mexico games?
Well, I think to your point, yes, but I'll say this: I think the most telling thing will be the next home game because, again, like I said, Concacaf sweeps it under the rug. They pretend not to hear it. They stick their fingers in their ear. You know, there's that game where Mexico got 3 extra points because the game got pushed another 9 to 10 minutes because of their stoppages. You know, like it's just a shitty thing, man. It sucks, and I wish people wouldn't do it. But I wish people wouldn't do a lot of shit.
Guys,
whatever.
Let me point something out that's a little strange. Yeah. So typically when an MLS club releases a statement, do they often lead with Spanish version first and then the English version? That's just.
Oh no, they did it looks like they did you're what?
Yeah, dude. The original. This is the first tweet. This is the second tweet. So they led with. I mean,
it kind of goes.
That's
it kind of goes back.
How often does that happen? Just an observer here. Just an observer.
Just an observation too. It kind of goes back to what I was saying when we watch USA versus Mexico finals. In LA when they're playing in LA, and you hear the chant. So obviously it's not coming from the US fans. So I mean, I guess in a sense the club is trying to cover its bases. Hey, if you don't understand one, at least I'm sure you probably understand the other.
Yeah, to me, I find no significance to the order in which it was tweeted, but I'll put it this way: I believe they definitely tap into their market, which is has a heavy Spanish speaking population, so they're gonna have both on every statement they have. I mean, go look at other statements, go look at player signings. You know what I mean? Let's see what order it's in, but I don't put any weight to that. It's just all digital.
And you also got to understand is a lot of I used to know a couple of people that I had a buddy of mine that lived out in San Diego, and he actually was a Cholos fan from the Tijuana team that played in Liga MX. So he lived in San Diego, and he would go to Tijuana to go watch the Cholos.
Tijuana was San Diego's team.
Yeah,
that's why they were hoping that this is why it's a good market to put a team.
Yeah,
and so like when maybe both teams are good enough to be in the CONCACAF Champions League, that match hits. But I don't want to say I sound like a hypocrite, but it's just like we're really at a stalemate. Could MLS have really said, forget it, after your first home game, you now play a game behind closed doors?
They're not
really could have, but they do not have the nuts for it. So it's like, we got to keep it. We just got to see what happens next time. And then when that's not the end all be all, but then it's like, then we know what severity level to reach. I guess I'll put it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So as far as the club, maybe not stepping up enough. We got another club maybe stepping a little too far.
Man.
We don't have to talk about it, but that's interesting.
I
can't.
FC Hamilton has stepped away from playing American clubs, and that's just us reporting on the news.
Hold on. Pause. Real quick. James,
Yeah.
What league does FC Hamilton play for?
I think they play in the Canadian League, right?
Yeah.
So
hold on. They do play in the Canadian League, but keep in mind, I believe this team has competed in the I've seen in the Concacaf Champions League.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't think they qualify. I don't think they've made it in the past few years. Again,
correct
me if I'm wrong. I've seen this name floating around in the Champions League. So if that was the case, let's say next year they make it to the Champions League again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that they beat out Montreal and Toronto or whatever in the Canadian Championship in Vancouver, whatever. What if they get paired up to to another MLS team that's US based? Are they gonna forfeit it?
Also, what if this this stuff gets resolved and at some point they have to issue a statement and be all right, we're good now.
Hold on, we have confirmation. Oh, they played an MLS team on January 28th. Never mind. Okay.
So in the last 2 months they have?
They were in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. May still be. They played a game in no, they're not. They played a game February 11th. Anyway.
Weird.
Yeah. So they were. Now I'll say this. I'm not going to give a lot of opinion because this podcast will break down into a fight. But
I'm not trying to
hold on. Ukrainian teams didn't play Russian teams.
Yep.
In the Champions League, my man. That's my statement.
They do in Counter-Strike. They do in Counter-Strike, and they
Counter-Strike. Look, man. I don't want to open the can of worms. I definitely don't want to end up being announced on Ben Shapiro's podcast.
So let's step away. Not today.
Yeah, let's not open that can of worms, man.
Disco lady. And speaking of a can of worms, we'll end with a can of worms. This is the power chart, the power rankings for MLS
from Joe Lowery. I will say unironically, I love James's glazing of Joe Lowery. Lowery.
Dude, he's the man.
And he's struggling.
He's the man. I love listening on the various podcasts they always pops up on, and he's just a knowledgeable guy about soccer. Fun guy to talk soccer to.
All right. Seattle is way too high. I was watching them play not too long ago.
Did you see them? Did you see them play?
Dude, I've watched everybody. I'm an MLS sicko.
So let's get your power rankings. Let's get your power rankings compared to Joe's. You can rearrange these. All right. So Inter Miami #1. How you feeling?
I mean, they did wreck shop without Messi. With all this talk about Messi, we didn't mention they annihilated that Houston team. It ended 4-1, but had they kept their foot on the gas, oh boy.
Now, so yeah, that's it. I think it's easy. Yeah.
It's too early to tell because, I'm about to be
we're not asking you to say it's too early to tell. We want to know definitively.
You know what?
Week 2. Who's the best team in MLS?
I'm going to tell you this. Vancouver way lower, Atlanta a little bit higher, Charlotte a little bit higher. I would put Charlotte 2. Charlotte is going to be number 2. San Jose.
Charlotte number 2 with Zaha
Charlotte
over the
number
crew.
I gotta say this. Like, it's interesting how DC United's ranked lower than Chicago Fire by a lot.
Wow, didn't
By
we
at
just...
least 3
Well,
teams.
he is so high on this Fire project. You have no idea how high this cat is on the Greg Barrett.
Well, I hope him that his high, him being this high about it actually is, things do happen. I'll leave that part for the other segment. But yes, I'm looking at this list and who lost? Was it LAFC or Seattle that lost against Real Salt Lake, or somebody lost against Real Salt Lake? Like, it's crazy how teams. No, they're not.
Well, no. Real Salt Lake got worked the first game of the season. I don't remember seeing them win.
Guys, do you think that the Chicago Fire are worse than Toronto and Nashville?
Nashville, I feel like, is gonna figure it out. Kansas City might figure it out. Portland's gonna fall. Portland's gonna fall. New England's gonna fall. We're gonna fall. That's kind of unfortunately how it feels. Orlando might fall with us. Orlando don't look good. Where did I see Lodero playing, scoring goals? Man, he was in Orlando. I don't remember where Lodero is now. Like I said, I watch everything, so technically I watched nothing because now it's all gobbledygook in my head. But I don't know. I don't know what you can really do with that. It's too early to even tell. None of these teams are who they really are.
And do you really feel like Fire's sitting there at 21?
I think that's pretty fair for what they've shown us. I mean, we've got a lot to talk about with the Fire. That's actually,
you know what?
It's actually a good segue here to getting to the second segment because we have a lot to talk about the Fire. And before we do, we have to talk about other craziness. So let's get to it, gentlemen. What should they do, James, with that like button since they're already here?
Grab it by the horns and punt it. We'll catch you on the flip side. Be right back here on Enemies of the Fire. And it'd be nice if you help us on our goal of hitting 500 subscribers. Let's go.
Welcome back, Enemies of the Fire. We are here to talk about the new hope of the USMNT, the most important thing that could ever have had. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit excited about this, but not necessarily that crazy. Gentlemen, did you see what happened this weekend? They're going to both say no.
No, I didn't see what happened abroad this weekend.
Okay.
Nope.
So Johnny Cardoso scored in Real Betis 2-1 win against Real Madrid. And he looked quite good doing it. And yeah, something about that. So it's just a video of the coach celebrating.
You know what? I never understood that. I never understood that. That I understand, but I've seen like when teams score and the coach is just like pacing back and forth.
Oh yeah,
like,
I know. I don't get that. I don't
get that. Like if it was my job, I'll be like jumping up and down.
So, gentlemen, we have an American playing well in La Liga. Can we acknowledge that for a second? Now,
I acknowledge it.
Now, let's take him immediately away because apparently Tottenham not only really wants him and is trying to get a deal for him, but apparently they have the first right of refusal for him. So I've never heard of this before. It sounds like MLS discovery rights. But what do you think? I'd rather the kid stay at Real Betis, to be 100 with you.
If he's starting, stay there. Don't go to Tottenham.
Yeah, honestly, I think he would it's better off for him to stay there because he's gonna get lost in the mix in Tottenham. As much as I like Tottenham, he's gonna get lost in the mix. They need
help in the midfield.
Yeah, but you know what? This kid's more or less, he's kind of a bit of a project. So if he's settled in Real Betis, you don't want to restart that cycle again in Tottenham.
Dude, I think he's like 23 years old. He's not a project. He's growing into his prime.
Well, dude, you want to send him to a bottom feeder like Tottenham? Like, look, they're in 13th. They're above Man United, for Christ's sakes.
A bottom feeder like Tottenham.
There you go. Yeah, He's trying to get him relegated. That's all it is. Like Toke has a weird,
Who? Me?
you trying to get the man relegated. That's all it is.
No, not me. I want him to stay at Real Batiste, man. Like,
Yeah,
I like having players all over the map playing in different styles and different places.
Well, speaking
you
of
know what it
guys
is
playing
too.
in different, sorry.
I want to see an American player like actually leave his mark on a club, like almost like club legend status. Like I want to see like an American player that's gonna be there for 5, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah,
in a
do
single
something
club.
like be like a club legend. Now we've had a few like Brian McBride and Clint Dempsey are legends at Fulham, but we haven't. And like Sharundalo was a legend at Hanover, but we haven't had many of them.
Yeah,
Now,
and it's
what you know where I want to go with this, don't you?
Yeah, well, let's
I
take
want
us
to bring
there.
up. I want to bring up the fact that I think this kid is going to supplant Tyler Adams. I think Tyler Adams' days are numbered. I hear a lot of people pretty psyched for the two of them to play next to each other, but I feel like we've tried that before and it was quite disastrous.
well, I want to see this kid's, I want to see this keep going, I don't want to say, oh yeah, he's going to replace Tyler Adams, and then he has like a bad spell the next couple of months. Like I want to see like movement and progress. I want him to get better. And at that point, if he gets better, then yes, you do have to consider where both of those players are at in their current careers.
I mean, it's good having two players playing at a higher level, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to besearch Tyler Adams for playing for Bournemouth. Like, you play in the Premier League, you play in the Premier League, dog. Like, you play in the Premier League. But the La Liga isn't no joke. It's not what it used to be, but it's no joke.
I mean, any team that could beat Real Madrid, any team that could beat Barcelona, like any team that's actually trying to fight for that first place spot in La Liga outside of Barcelona and Real Madrid, I mean, that's a good team. I'll leave it at that. Like I'll say that's a good team because normally at almost every year we see Real Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Well, I didn't know that. James has a stat. So since returning from injury in October, no midfielder has won more tackles or interceptions per 90 minutes than Tyler Adams. Dang, I didn't realize. I was unfamiliar with Tyler Adams working the Premier League, apparently. They
play for top. They're in a top squad. They're almost top 4. Look at them. If you take top 4 times 2, they're in it. That's Bournemouth.
They're better than Man United and Tottenham.
Combined.
They most certainly are.
Combined. They could lose. They could be 4 places lower and still be higher than those bottom feeders.
So before you sentence a man to go fight for relegation, just think about this, all right? There goes. Hey, I see Newcastle.
There's Newcastle.
Near the top.
So Tottenham has right of first refusal, which I don't know what that means.
That basically means that if they sell the player, they want first dibs on them.
I think, honestly, it's good having Tyler Adams and Johnny Cardoso playing well. It's good to have, listen, it's good to have a lot of great players. There's some of the best countries in the world, their players played way less World Cups than like a Clint Dempsey. You know what I mean? Because their team is so hard to get in. They were only in their prime. I don't know. Anyway,
didn't you have an ulterior motive for bringing this up?
No, I did originally, but apparently Tyler Adams is doing much better than I thought he was.
Oh, so boom, there it is. Well, speaking of different alternatives, Infantino is announcing that there will be a Super Bowl halftime show at the 2026 World Cup final. No mention of what band, who will be.
Peelingflesh, baby.
Or if it'll even be done and dusted in 15 minutes, which is, usually it's about 15, 20 minutes or so sometimes for the Super Bowl.
Well, no, halftime's 15 minutes. If you're going to put a concert, you're not going to. So first and foremost, if you're going to do a concert, you can only do like wheel the stage out there. It's going to look weird because you can't fill that field with people, clear it out in time. That's why like the halftime of the Super Bowl is like 45 minutes.
The thing too is like us three have been at Fire games at Soldier Field. During halftime, what do you see on the field? You see the guys spraying the water on the field, checking the grass. Like, now imagine having 1,000 people on that grass for that concert. You're gonna destroy it. It's gonna become like a muddy mess.
So hold on, the World Cup finals in Dallas, right? Oh no, it's in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's gonna be Bruce Springsteen. But no, I was gonna say, are they gonna do a local or are they gonna do like Shakira?
Or are they gonna do Rihanna?
Oh, Rihanna. I mean,
dude, Rihanna would be sick.
Whatever. Somebody.
Wait. Oh my God, no, get Shakira.
See, that's what I bet. Well, FIFA's done it before, but like
Shakira,
bet for the world audience.
Shakira's a freaking show. Oh my God, get her.
I'm still holding out hope for
Peelingflesh, huh?
Yeah, I'm holding out hope for Peelingflesh.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, man.
Which all of you who saw last week's podcast were treated to. But what do you guys like? What would you want to see? Like, I joked about Bruce Springsteen, but like, do they do a New York, New Jersey native? Do they do a world audience favorite like a Shakira? Do they do just a giant pop star like Kesha or Lady Gaga?
Guys, let me. Infantino has said that Coldplay will help advise FIFA to produce the show and also a so-called Times Square takeover during the final weekend. We also spoke about how FIFA will take over Times Square for the final weekend of the FIFA World Cup in 2026. During both the bronze final match and the final, Infantino said, now these will be two incredible matches featuring some of the best players in the world, and what better way to celebrate them than in the historic Times Square in New York City. I also want to thank Chris Martin and Phil Harvey of Coldplay, who will be working with us at FIFA to finalize the list of artists who will perform during the halftime show. I'm calling it Times Square.
I'm calling it now. Peep this. All right. Times Square, they're going to get the original Cro-Mags back together. At the bronze medal game, it's going to be Morrissey. And at the World Cup final, it's going to be Oasis.
Oh,
no, that's what I'm predicting too. Let's go! Oh my God. FIFA, let me tell you something. If you pull off Oasis, honestly, it would be the Super Bowl halftime show of this century.
You think?
It would be easily.
They just play all around the world 3 times.
Oh man.
Well, Noel heckles Liam or the other way around. Whatever.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
You and me.
You know what?
Do we see Pitbull? What happens?
Be thinking about the
really.
It might be England it might be England, so it'd be like singing to the goalkeeper, "You're my wonder wall." And he's gonna look at his brother, and he's like, "He said maybe. He said maybe."
They're gonna play that '90s. I mean, I was, I kind of agree with Shakira. You kind of need that
Shakira?
world, that worldly recognition. But I mean.
Listen, I will never say no to Shakira.
No.
I mean,
not when her breasts are so small and humble, and even though you might confuse them with mountains.
And the hips do not lie.
Not mine.
Don't let freaking what's his face hear you.
Her words, not mine.
Her
Gerard
ex-husband.
Pique?
Yeah, Pique.
Oh, he fumbled the bag.
What's worse? What's a worse bag fumble, Pique or Sebastian Lletget?
Pique, easily.
Oh, hey, at least Sebastian
Pique.
Lletget got back with his girl.
Yeah, yeah, dude, he recovered the fumble. Lletget
Yeah, he recovered the fumble. Man, that man better. Yeah, that man better have gone back.
Downs.
Yeah, he better gone back holding his head in his hand.
I don't know if Pique was so lucky.
All right.
Yeah, the Lletget. Here's to you, Lletget.
We'll close,
here's to you, Lletget.
We'll close it with this little segment. But top 10 biggest athletes currently playing in Miami. Leo Messi, number 1. Would you say that?
Hero.
Tyler Hero.
That sounds like a fake ass motherfucker. That's a creative player.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tyler Hero is a creative player.
Tua Tagovailoa.
He's an actual player. He's not a made up player.
Bam Adebayo, Matthew Tkachuk, Carson Beck, Jalen Waddle, Devin Achan, and Luis Suarez.
All right, listen, I don't watch many other sports anymore, but I swear to God, I have never heard of any other of those people than Messi and Suarez.
Who the hell is Carson Beck? Carson Beck, it says University of Miami.
Yeah, he's not even in the. Like, I've heard of Tyreek Hill. I've heard of Tua. I've heard of Tyler Hero.
I've heard of every single one of these players except for Carson Beck.
What's up?
Tyreek Hill used to be on the Steelers, right?
Tyreek Hill was on Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City, yep, he was.
Right, well, I've heard of that guy. Okay, my bad. I've heard. Oh man, so what do you think? I honestly think I don't know what the what's the word I'm searching for. What's the criteria to that? Because
it looks like there's none.
Like
it looks like there's none because it says Luis Suarez has 40 million more followers than Tyler Hero.
Well, I mean, that's what I was about to say. I bet Biscuits and Alba have more as well.
I mean, well, I guess you got to take a bite out of someone to get to, to get that, infamy. That's all I'm saying.
Three someones. Giorgio Chiellini. I mean, they were a lot of somebody's. Didn't he bite Zlatan? No, they were on the same team. My bad. It was Chiellini. Who else? I forget now, but it doesn't matter. I
hope he doesn't bite anybody from the fire.
This does matter, and I can't wait for Andrew Wiebe to come to the Chicago Fire and do a little tailgating there, because this is looking like some delicious fun.
What are we gonna feed Andrew Wiebe when he comes here?
That's what's it called? Alpal Store.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I love Alpal Store.
If it's done right, man, it tastes amazing.
I love Alpal Store.
What do we feed him though? We feeding him hot dogs and
you gotta get Portillo's, man. You gotta get Portillo's. You gotta get the Chicago style hot dog.
But we don't have that at the tailgate normally.
Portillo's
this is like a normal tailgate thing.
I mean, I'm just saying,
he's got to get the normal burritos, tacos, whatever the truck be selling.
Yeah, but
I'm vegan. I don't know what they sell.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but
they're
because obviously, I'm gonna tell you this right now: the food at Soldier Field sucks. Even with the new vendors, it still sucks.
Really?
You gonna besmirch ice cream nachos on this show?
You know what? That's the exception.
Really?
I'll leave that out. That's the exception. Now, it's ice cream nachos. You can't, but everything else,
you're allowed to go overboard there.
Okay, I feel you. So talking about overboard,
can you have ice cream nachos?
No, hell no.
I didn't know.
Not unless they got vegan ass ice cream.
Dude, you should ask for it. Be like, hey guys, can you have one game?
Hey guys, you want to charge me $45 for nachos? Cool. No, thank you.
For some plant-based ice cream. Let's get some plant-based ice cream.
Yeah, can I bring my ice cream into the? I got a pint ice cream.
I mean, totally off topic. I had plant-based yogurt. It was freaking phenomenal. I mean, it was like raspberry and stuff. Raspberry being a plant.
If this man wants to punish himself by going vegan, by all means, more power to you, man.
Shout out to barn burners who have the vegan dogs that I never get there early enough to eat. But thank you for having them.
That is sick.
Anyways, right. We've been circling it. I cannot wait to talk about the fire. Is the sky falling still? Have we chilled out? Are we mad? Who knows? We'll see in a minute.
Be right back. Subscribe, like, and subscribe on our way to hitting 500 subscribers. Let's go.
Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here to talk about the Chicago Fire.
What the fuck is up, Chicago?
Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that, but
Loved
the
it.
Chicago Fire. Gentlemen.
Dude,
We
Fire.
have to it's like a therapy session. We need to check in with your feelings first.
Oh.
How's everybody feeling?
Ooh. Are you feeling
You
a
know-
little gray?
I had to sit in the cold for this, so
Mhm.
You had to suffer through it.
I thought we were on our way. I'm thinking, oh my God, we're about to break the ice. We're gonna win our home opener for the first time in God knows when. And
And then
and guess what? The Fire did Fire things. It's like when hope is right there. Hope is right there, and it's like nope, come back.
well, let's not bury the lead any further. The Chicago Fire played DC United at home. DPG braved the elements. I actually got sick. I got so sick that I missed the game, and then I got my girl sick, and she missed the Regina Spektor concert. So I
Damn.
screwed everything up.
Yo, in the
But-
doghouse.
If there was a game to miss, this was the one to miss. It was freezing ass cold out there. James, how did you watch this game?
I watched this game at home, and I had a nice, warm, sad feeling descend over me upon literally the last minute of the game. And it was
Literally.
The crazy thing was I'm like, oh no, no. And you just could feel it. DPG, could you feel it in the stadium?
You know what? I felt it the moment they put up that board and it said 5 minutes.
You
I'm
felt
like,
you felt it
oh.
coming, and then the pressure did not let up. They couldn't get the pressure out.
Well, we will get there. Let's back up just a touch.
Okay, where are we going back
No.
to the 90s?
No. We're going back to the kickoff of the game. The game kicks off.
Yeah.
And let's look at this lineup real quick. Real quick. We had some absences. We knew our boy Guti was out from suspension, but we still have not seen new signing Barroso as a right back.
Yep.
We still Teran was a late scratch for this game.
Mhm.
And here's the problem. Everybody that didn't like Teran's performance, Sam Rogers really didn't cover himself in glory in this game.
What are you talking about?
correct.
Everybody on Twitter was talking all about him.
I think Sam Rogers. No. You're talking about
Sam Williams.
Sam Williams,
The
Two
difference-
Sams.
Two Sams. Tale of two Sams.
the son of Sam. Anyway,
Jeez.
Sam Rogers and Jack Elliott, I think, struggled mightily. And then we're still look
Jack
at our
the
midfield.
Ripper.
I gotta
So
ask.
You got the
ask.
son of Sam and Jack
Who-
the Ripper? Jesus.
Okay, I gotta ask, and this is probably gonna make me a bad Fire fan. Who the hell is Sam Williams?
Dude, Sam Williams was the best player you saw play on the day. He actually is a Fire too. I thought he was a homegrown, but he's on Fire too. So he was on one of those
I looked at
2-day
him.
contracts.
I looked at it and I'm thinking, I got him confused for Rogers, and I'm like, so I look at him and who the fuck is Sam Williams? Like I never heard of this guy. Did we sign somebody and I don't know about it? But not to mention you also have Haile Selassie that he's also out injured.
He's also injured. Yeah. So yeah. but if you look, the back line, we know what the problem is. Dean is not an every minute starter, right? And Sam Rogers struggled mightily. And then you have Oriel, who Sam Williams kind of did exactly what we were hoping Oriel would be, right? We've got a lot of youth here that we're trying, which I kind of like. I do like throwing youth to the wood chipper. I do think that's how they blossom. But it's tough when you got to win a game, man, to have two of your midfielders.
I mean, if
children.
this is gonna be growing pains for the first few games, I'm willing to sacrifice the first few games if it's gonna lead to like an let's say spring, early summer comeback for the rest of the season.
Well,
Like
it is possible. I'm a lot more positive this week than I was last week. Last week was like because of months
Doom
of
and
hope
gloom.
and excitement,
But
and you got kicked in the teeth. But so our offense is good.
that's what I was gonna bring that up.
Bamba and Kuipers and Guti even hopefully will keep it up. But
Now we got two
Bamba
players
is
that
the truth.
have scored 2 goals apiece. So
Yeah.
which is it's not a fluke goal. It's not a one. I think we actually have players that are starting to produce.
Well, and we're scoring off of set pieces. But
Yes.
But if I may, continue to steamroll over and give James no opportunity to talk. I think the two things that we've seen that scare me the most are two extremely Greg Berhalter issues. We gave up a goal in the 3rd minute, and then in like the 78th minute or so, we went extremely defensive, which then gave up a late goal, which are two hallmarks of Greg Berhalter. And like we put in Omar Gonzalez, and we put in the guy who came in for Williams. We took
Was it
Williams.
Omar? Was it
Pineda or
Omari?
Omari Glasgow?
Oh no, it was Pineda. It was Pineda.
Yeah, Pineda.
So we went super defensive and ended up being worse. Like we could have given up the tie with the penalty that Benteke somehow skied a penalty, which thank God. But
I thought that was a turning point. I thought that was a turning point. I thought, yeah.
Once he skied that penalty, I was like, we did it.
Arguably, the Fire maybe should have lost this game.
Dude, Brady stood on his head. Remember that point blank header he stopped?
Only got a
and
7
then he had like
here,
one of those
but
double
he was
saves. Like
great.
Brady stood on his head. Brady had a very good performance. I am not gonna lie.
Only turned 21. One of the 66
Well,
career
here's
MLS appearances.
Holy crap!
Here's the thing too is like I don't want to waste a DP slot on the defender. Like I think the defender role. No, we need someone. We need some. We need midfield.
Whoa, boys. He became the first Chicago goalkeeper since 2016 Sean Johnson, not Gaga Slonina, to start on opening day for 2 consecutive seasons.
Whoa. It's good but bad. You know what I mean? It's let's get all these milestones out of the way. Let's get back to being good. And Slonina has been forgotten to time.
Wow.
Another Chelsea transferee who just
wow, the Fire sold high on him at the moment. I mean, 8 mil, and then he's now worth, or according to Transfer Market, 4 million for his services.
We'll see what happens to that kid. I mean, goalkeepers blossom late.
Yeah,
so you
plus
never
he's
know.
in Barnsley. That might be a great spot for him to grow.
I don't think they renewed his loan.
You know what? I agree. I actually don't think that they decided to do that. I think he's back on the bench in Chelsea, isn't he?
Yep.
But anyway,
he's already back.
Yeah, he's already back, just riding the bench at Chelsea.
Oh, geez, that's not good.
But I almost called him Greg Brady. Chris Brady he played well, man. I felt like he didn't have the best first game of the season, but he's kind of back to it. I always feel good having the kid back there, and like I do think he'll outgrow us one time. Well, one day, but now is not that time. I think we get a couple more years out of him, which would be lit.
In the last podcast, I was talking about him needing to get better footwork, needing to get better distribution skills. But here's the thing about Chris Brady. That's like one of the main things that he might just have to work on, because the rest of his game, pretty damn rock solid. And if he can...
Shot-stopping monster.
He's a shot-stopping monster. He's a fucking brick wall. He is a cat. He is a glove. He is everything you need in that part of being a goalie. The part where if he's able to improve and go to truly to that next level is when he gets those distribution skills magical. He makes them magical. He starts making magic happen. And he's not far off from maybe making another leap, but that's what we need to see out of Chris Brady coming from this season, entering his 21st year on Earth.
Well, and look at this kid. He's doing all of this without access to a barber. Look at him.
But one thing I will say this.
Oh my God.
One thing I will say is that
that's late, man.
If we're gonna play defensive towards the last 5 minutes of the game, and this is the kind of like what I saw in terms of the mistake, is that it almost looked like they were playing zono instead of man to man. Like if you're gonna play this whole, park the bus situation, you have to play man to man. You got to stick to your guy and you don't let him get any room, because that's how stuff like this happens. That's how you get a bicycle kick out of nowhere. Had someone been covering,
which was incredible. Let's give that man his flowers. The bicycle kick that turned this into a draw was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. But whatever. Like I'm pissed off. I hate DC even more. What I'm trying to say is this: had someone been covering that guy, someone would have headed that. They should have been able to header that, or at least block the shot, and it would have been over.
It should have been over, man. Especially after the penalty, because I thought with the penalty, I was like that. I was dejected. You know what I mean? Like I thought we were done for. And then just to lose on like what could possibly be. No, this could possibly be the the goal of the season. Like at the end of the year, Audi gives them an award.
This was amazing. So, and like, here's the crazy thing: it's like the first, I'm like, they didn't clear it. And this is where I'm just like, I just knew it. Right here. Gets in there.
You gotta clear that first ball.
It gets out, but it doesn't get cleared because look who it falls to. That's not clearing. Falls to his feet.
Oh man, look their keeper was even in the box.
Oh, he was up.
I didn't even realize they had brought the keeper up.
He's up, and look at the time. Look at the time. Look at the time he's provided. He could have ordered a pizza from Giordano's. Gets it out wide. And look at this. Dean, Barlow, Gonzalez.
There's a bunch of guys in the middle, but nobody.
The ball's up in the air. Who's ball watching? Who's going after it? Pineda, what are you doing? Glasgow, what are you doing?
Oh, it just went over Pineda, huh? Dang,
no, it wasn't Pineda.
I think Pineda's in front of it. Or behind it. Right there. 40,
God,
who's 45? 45 just misses. Does he
that's
did he glance it? Oh, he just misses. He just misses. Look at Osorio.
Oh, man.
Oh, and then boom. Oh, the bike. And then you just see it going to the back corner. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going in, isn't it? I had enough time to think that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going in.
Yeah, no, you could be like, oh God.
You could order another pizza. It was like an eternity for this ball to fall into the net. And it's like, and hey, look at Chris Brady. He's got to make sure he doesn't hit the fucking post. Look at the reflexes on this guy, though.
I mean,
look at the reflexes. Like his head's up here. And then he's like,
could he have even done better with that? I don't think so, because I think he was in proper position.
Had he been on the line, I think he would have done a lot better.
This camera angle does not do justice to Chris Brady in the situation, because it was the back fucking upper 90. Back upper 90. Look at it. It's the back upper 90.
Bicycle kick. I think he would have almost saved it if he was out of position.
Did that dink off the crossbar?
He was in position, which is why it went in.
Did that dink off the crossbar?
No.
It might have. I don't remember now.
No.
But... So DPG being there, did everybody's heart just drop and hit the floor?
Yeah, it became a quiet stadium.
I mean, it got quiet on TV after the 3rd minute after that first goal.
Here's the other angle. It finds him outside. Look at that, and just one touch. Bam! Look at that. Oh, look at this soft corner too. Look at this is a soft cross.
You got 3 guys
that are
kind of
hit. Yeah.
You have 3 guys that are like wide open.
Look at it. What is 22? What is this guy doing?
That's Tom Barlow. He's doing Tom Barlow things.
He does nothing. Tom Barlow could have literally headed that ball out. Tom Barlow. Look at this.
I mean,
he's in the same position.
It's Tom Barlow's.
He's in the same position as the goal scorer. Does this guy play offense? Does he know how to go after the ball? This guy shouldn't even be playing.
Man, I refuse you. I refuse.
Send him back to the rec leagues. I refuse
to hear that Tom Barlow evil. Okay, the man is a 1-goal season guy. Okay.
He had 2. He had 2 last year.
Look at Chris. Look at the ground Chris Brady covers. By the way, he's at the front. He's on the far left post here, and he still almost gets it, but it's just upper Benjamins. Look at this.
That's so painful to see again. Like I said, I'm glad I wasn't there. My God, with freezing ass cold, and then the fire do fire things.
What a wild juxtaposition from last year's game, home opener, in which Acosta also tied it.
No, that was the second
in the last
game.
few seconds. That was the second game. Okay,
that was the second.
Fair
game.
enough.
The first game. Oh God. So, I mean, DPG. Let me ask you this again. Being there, we're happy about the offense, right? Like we're happy about the offense. Zink didn't show really well, but he had some things to say about the.
Kuipers outshowing Benteke. That's huge.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel we still need another midfielder.
Yes.
Oh my God. We have a DP midfielder, Kusame.
Oh no, he's not. He's not a DP.
Guys,
oh, you're right. Mamba and okay. We have a TAM center.
Look at this midfield. Williams and Origel. I think they had 1 or 2 starts between the 2 of them last year. Because didn't Origel get a start or 2 last year?
Yeah, he might have. He might have. I don't remember now. He played, but not much. But Zink had issues with the field. He said it's not good for the way they play the game. Did we hire a guy to do something that most of our best players can't do on a field that isn't good for it?
I mean, I don't know what Zink like. I don't get it.
Well, they still had the football lines because apparently we only get like a limited number of we fix the field for you, so they didn't want to waste it on a shitty day.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think I want to see how this team reacts on the game against Dallas.
No, I'm sorry. They did not. He did not start a game for the Fire last year.
No.
Oh,
so
he didn't play.
So the midfield. So the midfield is made of 2 guys. 2 of the 3 midfielders it's their first MLS game. I mean, or it's not basically. It's Origel's second. Yeah. It's Origel's second MLS game, and it's Williams' first.
Well, Williams played well.
And they almost won the
Origel,
game. But they also almost
lost it. There's talent there. They see it. And I it's not one of those things where it's like, we're going to play Gaston Jimenez. Fuck yourself. No, I see the project in Origel. But the issue is you're supposed to have your right back out there. You're supposed to have your other center midfielder out there. And you're supposed to have your other center defensive player out there. He's supposed to have a better team around him to develop. Is what I'm getting.
I want to. If we're gonna shop in the market for a center back, I honestly think we should get someone that's either gonna be TAM, GAN player that we can buy down, not waste a DP spot on a center back.
Well, we don't have. I hate to say this, but somebody told me like a week or 2 ago we don't have that other DP spot. We said we're doing 2 DPs and 4 U22s.
Shakira, hey guys, Shakira might have lost Gerard Pique's number, but you know who hasn't? The Chicago Fire.
No. He hasn't played in like 4 seasons. He owns a league.
Okay, let's move on to the next guy.
Dude, did you see Ramos scored?
Let's get Ramos. Let's get Ramos here.
He scored in his second game in Mexico.
Yes, get him here. Get him here. People will love it.
I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like
Yeah,
like
you're right.
some of these guys find a home in Mexico, but
Yeah.
all right. So before we get too doom and gloom, Drew Connor and Mike Magee did the opening thing. Were you there for this?
Yes. Magic Mike is back.
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Yeah, he swung.
Yeah, he broke the crap out of it.
Also,
Oh, man.
Remember last year?
Remember
Remember last year we had I forgot who was doing that, and the freaking piece of metal flew out of it. Like I guess they hit it.
I didn't see that.
Oh man,
Guys, that's not all what I'm worried about here, because look at Mike Magee. He's going. Look at the chops. Like if he goes for one more chop right now, right as Drew is putting his hand in to pull the thing down, that could have been bad. But
oh man,
Drew, it seems like a cool cat. He's had a couple little podcasts that, you know, his professional career got in the way of. But like Mike Magee, it's good to see these guys. It's good to see some of the fun guys from the past. You know, it's
after 2017. I think my next memorable season was when Mike Magee had his like MVP season. Like when he was
so wild, man.
That was wild.
Oh my god, dude! If only Sidney LaRue played for the Red Stars. Dude, we would have all of Ferris Bueller's day or Mike Magee's day off, people, because we have Omar Gonzalez now.
Yeah, we have Omar.
Let's go.
But
oh man,
so oh man,
it's
funny.
Nice
we're
to see.
nostalgic for time when we still didn't make the playoffs.
And you know what? It's nice to see Mike Magee. I mean, it's always good to see Drew Connor also. So I'm glad the Fire. Like I was wondering, how come I haven't seen Mike Magee be presented in some capacity in terms of, you know, these little events for the Fire. But again, you know, good to see that, you know, he's still keeping up with the Fire.
My favorite thing was somebody in the fan base made a little comic strip, and the kids like kick a soccer ball into the street, and they're like, "Oh no!" And Mike Magee,
I saw that.
Like,
where
picks
is
it up,
that?
and
I
he's
want to see
like,
it.
"Hey kids, don't put ketchup on hot dogs," and then he flies away.
Yeah,
Where
I
is
saw
this?
that.
Oh God.
Mike Magee comic
Anyway,
strip?
so
Where is this?
yo, I'll find it. It's from you. It's from when he played.
Yeah,
It's
try.
some
I
fan
mean,
made a
check.
comic strip. It was phenomenal. Don't put ketchup on hot dogs, kids. Anyway, God, so we play in Dallas next.
Yeah.
I guess before we talk about who we think will be available, well, what do you guys think about playing Dallas? What have they done? I remember before the season started saying I believed in the project, and now I'm not too sure.
I mean, the Dallas project, because I mean, didn't they give up like a lot of their guys already?
They did, but I still believe in the Dallas project. That's where I saw Ladero. I think he was on Dallas.
Kind
Brought
of
it back around, baby. I don't know where Dallas is at.
So they beat Houston. So it looks like, let me see what we got. So they beat Houston on their first game.
Yeah, they beat Houston. Oh, they're in fifth in the West.
And they tied 3-3 against Colorado.
Oh man. So 3-3 against Colorado. They won their first game. Who do we think? I mean, it's in Dallas.
Oh crap! This is Lucho Acosta's team.
Who, Cincinnati?
Well, no, Lucho Acosta. No, Cincinnati has Evander now.
Let's go to their last game.
3-3 draw.
Musa, Pedrino, Lucho, Julio, Lletget, your boy.
Lletget.
Your boy. Smash.
Michael Farfan.
You smashing or passing.
Ramiro, is that Shaq Moore?
Urho Gide.
Yeah.
Ibiana, Moore, and Paez.
I would like to think we could compete with this team.
You
But-
know what? I will settle for a draw on this one.
I know, but like you don't make the playoffs if you don't win a few of these.
You know what? They could win the next 2 games after this.
But can they?
That's a whole different question. That's another can of worms you want to.
All right, so is anybody coming back? Okay, Guti is back, right?
Guti's back, yeah.
Guti's back. Are we gonna get like? Is Kasame gonna play? Anybody else? Is Barroso still out? I mean,
Like, did the Fire sign somebody that was hurt? Is that what's going on?
dude. I mean, Kasame and Barroso have not seen the field since we signed them, and they were supposedly 2 starting players. So,
Like,
Wait, who are you
I-
saying
that's a-
beside Barroso?
Kasame
Oh, Kasame. Yes.
now, and then Haile Selassie, I think, is a dangerous weapon. Like, if we don't have a backup striker, if Tom Barlow's coming on off the bench, Marin Haile Selassie.
you know
is a
what?
weapon.
I'll take my chance with Claudio Cassano.
You know what? Wood chipper, baby. Send them to the wood chipper.
Didn't he score in preseason? I think he did.
Probably preseason.
Yeah.
Does not matter.
It doesn't matter, but you know what? It doesn't matter, but you know what? He scored one more goal than Barlow. So there you go.
I am not too terribly optimistic about this one, guys. I think it might be a cold time. No, yeah, I'm not optimistic, man. I see a 2-1 defeat. James, what do you think of Dallas, my man?
Dude, are we in Dallas?
We are
Yeah.
in Dallas.
Oh, we're
Frisco.
fucked.
Oh, keep in mind it's going to be a half capacity stadium because the other half is getting remodeled.
Really?
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
That will complicate things and probably take a little of the air out, but it's still, this is a good team. Are they as well coached as the Fire? Are the Fire well coached? I would hope so.
Oh man, we keep saying that, but I'm gonna say this: the thing that pisses me off the most about the last game is not the early goals. I'd rather leak early goals than late goals. Now,
That is true.
the thing is the over defensive giving up of goals. The U.S. did it in the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Like the U.S. That's how we lost to, or that's how we drew England. You know, that's like we went way too defensive. And invited way too much pressure, and we give up a goal, and you saw that exact same Berhalter hallmark in our game last week, and it's just all of his bad qualities have been the only thing I've seen so far. I've seen none of his good qualities.
Yeah, but we're 2
On this
games
team.
in. That's where I'm like, all right, like I hear you on that, and I'm also with you, especially after what I saw last game. After it was like, oh no, the Fire are about to fire again, and it's still happening under Greg. But here's the thing, Greg is so imagine the Fire are like this cardboard thing you got from China or from some other place pre-tariff, right? So it comes over and like it's kind of warped. And like, so you're like, all right, how do I fix this board? So you rest like 10 books on it overnight, and then you lifted up the books in the morning and like, it's still there, right? That's what Greg is dealing with. So he's got to put like nightly, he's got to keep putting like 10 textbooks, very heavy things, maybe like a bowling ball bag on top of the textbooks, and then resting it on top of that surface, trying to make that bend.
They're basically trying to jerry rig a team.
And no matter what he does, it's like it just pops up still just a little bit. But here's the trick. You got to dampen it. You got to dampen it just a little bit. That's the trick, Greg. Dampen it. Now, if he is able to dampen it with water, make it a little wet, and then it becomes more malleable. This is the true thing. You can look it up on TikTok. It's a life hack. So, but metaphorically, Greg has to do that for the Fire.
But the problem to what you said. I understand
Right.
that the concept is his influence will take time to be shown on the team. The
Yeah.
problem to that theory that I'm finding, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm the most contradictive MFer on the planet, and in 3 months I'm like, this is the greatest team ever. I've been on board since day one. But like, as much as we want his good influence to show, his bad influence has shown instantly, though. Like,
In the propensity to play out the back?
well, the bad playing out of the back, and then when the game is tight, going extremely defensive, and then inviting too much pressure that you can only take 20 shots before one goes in.
Oh my God,
man.
Toke.
You invite too much pressure, and you're gonna break.
Oh my God.
That is true.
You're speaking the truth there. Greg, if you're listening, there's a little thing. I think Toke is accurate on that. That might be something to pay attention to in your final approach of the game. This is Andy Reid type of adjustment, managing the clock, and it's sometimes you still got to keep that guessed. And he's going to know this better than we are. But there's going to be times where, like last game, where maybe you took but here's what he's going to say, and I agree with him. He was down 9 players.
He was.
And of those 9 players, how many of them might be potential starters? It sounds like at least 2. So,
well, at least I would say 4.
And then he's starting in the midfield in the home opener. He's giving trust. This is awesome. It is trust, and it's a good thing. To 2 MLS newbies. They're little younglings, cherubims. It's their second and first game in MLS, and he's giving it to them. So that takes brass cojones. I like that. We got to commend him for that brass cojones.
I do like that myself. I will agree with that. I'm hoping that things turn around. I'm just seeing some things that scare the ever-loving crap out of me.
You're seeing early. Now, here's where I'm going to agree with you. You're seeing early signs, and we've seen these early signs before. And here's where I'm hoping that they're different. We've seen these signs before of a bad soccer team with coaching having some type of influence. What we haven't yet seen for maybe, gosh darn, in maybe 10, 20 years is coaching having a positive influence over the time. So we are very used to the coach's influence making the bad product worse. So
you're not wrong.
So we see So we're seeing these wavering things, and this is going to happen in any regime change. Is that there's going to be discomfort, chaos, and over time, it should settle, and hopefully it settles higher than our expectations, because we've seen it settle like this, where it's receding and it's becoming a valley, and this valley just gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
Hey, James, did I ever mention I own a bridge and it's for sale?
That's how you get out of these sometimes, or a tunnel.
Yeah.
All right, I want to mention one thing before I shut up.
This is great. That has been great.
I would like James to find who is in first place in the West.
Oh my God. By the way,
I want you to take a look at
the Dallas is the betting favorites, 53%.
Oh,
to
in
Chicago.
The game, yes.
Yeah.
They are. Would you look at that?
Wow.
Did we hire the wrong coach? Should we have listened to me last year's podcast when I said, what the is Bruce Arena doing and why is he not coaching this team? Because I said that last year in multiple podcasts. You can check it.
I think even if you would have put Bruce Arena on this team right now, I don't think he'll be able to fix the issues.
I'll say
they're so
this.
endemic.
I think DPG is right, because here's the thing.
That's what I'm talking about. Remember my idea of it's just like how you got to bend it back down. How are you going to bend that pizza box back down when it's warped?
Well, Bruce Arena is old enough that he
and our
is
coach
here
isn't?
Well, hold on. No. Hold on. Bruce Arena is old enough. He's here for 2 wham bam years, and hopefully will help like anoint the next coach. That's the plan. Here in Chicago, Joe literally wants Greg to be his MLS version of Sir Alex.
Yes.
He would love for Greg to be here forever.
10 years. 10 years plus, forever.
Exactly. So, like,
agreed.
These are 2 different kind of expectations. So, like, I do agree Bruce Arena was not the hire.
Greg is Joe Mansueto's forever home.
But this is the kind of crap I'm talking about when we spent months and months trying to be excited about this team to then get kicked in the teeth instantly the first game, have bicycle kicks and nonsense beat us in the second. And then we look over and Bruce Arena he's got to smell like old man. He's got San Jose in the first fucking place.
He's in first place in all of MLS.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 2 games, but
yeah.
Oh, also, I love how wrong I was about Philly. I was like, Philly. We were in our prediction episode. I was like, Philly over party.
Philly's done. Philly's cooked.
Yeah. No, I was wrong. I'm cooked on that one. But anyway, I feel better this week than I did last. I'll say that. But like, it's tough. All of this is tough. We just want a better team so we can have some more fun. Can we have some more fun? Please.
The fun is coming. I'm hoping. I really am. I'm hoping that Greg can pull something together because we're seeing some flashes. I gotta say, this team has scored 4 goals. Is it? They scored 4 goals. That's gotta be a record.
Well, listen,
and
there was
scored
like
4
5
goals
game
in the
stretches.
first 2 games. That's gotta be a record for like the last 6 or 7 or 8 years because the Fire's offense has been abysmal, and it's like, you know what? You at least see that they have a plan. They have an idea. They have a goal, and everybody's on the same page as far as like, okay, this is the kind of the way that we're trying to get this done. Even to the point where Zinkernagel's like, this pitch isn't though.
Yeah, there is, as much as I wanted to be a hater a little bit, there is way more of a plan than I gave him credit for week 1.
That's what I'm talking about,
like,
the wrinkles. Yep.
I'm hoping, man. I just want to have more fun. I want us to enjoy it. Like, I want to be excited. I like this weekend. I'm choosing to clean the apartment and then watch the game. Like, I want to be so psyched for the game that I drive up to the bar, don't even buy booze, and hang out with like the Lincoln Squares. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be that level of excited. I want to be just into it. It's just tough, man, when we just are having issues, man. But scoring goals doesn't seem to be one of them, so that's eventually gonna help.
No, it's the defense that's the problem, and it's not necessarily even the goalkeeper. He's got the goalkeeper. It's the back line.
Well, one last question.
Is Gutman and Dean really it? Like, is this the best that we have to offer?
Well, Gutman, I still don't feel like Gutman shined as much as he should, but like, he's whatever. Dean obviously got rated highly, but he's not the future there. We bought Barroso to play Greg Berhalter Ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll ask this as a question, though. We obviously, even with Teran healthy, there was question. And I'm a Teran supporter. So my question before we get out of here to you guys is, how do we fix the center back? Do we poach from like the Scandinavian leagues? Do we try to throw a ton of wham at an MLS team for a good player in league? Do we sign a USL player that's doing great? Do we, what do we do? Because technically the window is still open.
I hear you that the window's open, but I don't necessarily think the window is open at center back. We have Jack Elliott, who, I'm sorry, he's an MLS capable starter, typically in most of his seasons. Now, here's the other thing. You have Teran, who is a guy that they're looking to either get the most out of. And so those are your penciled in starters. It's Elliott and Teran, and then maybe Mr. Rogers every once in a while, and whoever the hell else, right? Pineda. But like those are our penciled in starters. There's really no opening there, in my opinion. There's an opening for Dean. There's an opening for Gutman. Like those guys, they're not locked in as Elliott and Teran. Those guys are locked in, I think.
I would love for Teran to play up to that level, which is what I thought was going to happen.
Right.
But but even if he does, he's going to bounce at the first chance. Like he's the kind of cat that'll sign in Turkey or in Greece because
I hope he does. I hope he does. I honestly think we should probably let's not do Scandinavia because we did that last year and it didn't work out. I mean, geez, it's kind of saying we have to wait for that summer window.
And then you lose them mid-season after we've been doing well and the Fire are trucking?
No, I think Teran's here all year. I think the thing is, the idea is to get the best year of his life out of him and sell him to Europe. It was the hope. But like he didn't play well the first game. Now, he was good with his feet. He was good at protecting the ball. He just wasn't good at guarding other people. When they had it. Now he got hurt in warm-ups for this game. So, is he back next week? Do we see the Sam Rogers experience?
DPG, don't look up. Don't look up, DPG. Close your eyes. How old is Carlos Teran?
He's like 22, 23.
24.
He's 24.
But as far as soccer terms, guys, you really think that Europe is going to try and grab a 24-year-old, 25-year-old Teran who has never shown consistency at Chicago Fire? Okay, we're smoking hopium here. If he was 21 and he was still if he was 21 and doing this, yes, there's a hope and a prayer. But this dude's 24. I'm sorry.
He's 6'2" and good with the ball at his feet. Everybody plays out of the back now.
The ship is sailing as far as Europe goes right now because he is 24 and he's not over there. There are 21-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds over there getting better tested, getting more competition, and producing on a more consistent basis. And that's a problem that Teran has had here is consistency. So we're looking at a potential MLS guy. This guy might be in MLS for
he
a
was
while,
born in Turbo, Colombia.
And we might not.
You don't pay attention to the board right before the game. They go through all
Turbo.
Dude,
sick.
Turbo. That's the sickest name for a
Turbo
city
Colombia.
ever.
That is sick. But that's my point. He's 24, and I'm sorry, the window is rapidly closing for Carlos Teran to be sold on for a excitable fee to a European club. It's just closing. But maybe this guy's a guy you could build with. Maybe this is a guy you could keep going because either you're investing in him or you give him to another MLS team to work on if he's still a project at 24.
Well, what you're missing is missing two things in that analysis. You're looking at him as if he was a USMNT guy because to us, in our brains, if they're not good enough to be on like Chelsea at 25, then just stay in MLS forever.
Right.
We want to watch you. You're an American.
Right.
So we can't think like that for these guys because in our brains, we want the Americans to stay in MLS unless it's a top 5 league. This guy may love Sweden, like may go there, have the best years of his career. That's Europe as well, right? So you miss out on the fact that Europe is Europe to some of these players because that's where the game is its biggest still.
I think his current market value is near peak right now. This is near peak
you
for
can't
him.
teach 6'2", and he's good with the ball at his feet. But
unknown injury, return unknown. He's getting sold.
lower body. That's all they put.
Everybody, lower body. Yeah. What does that mean? Is he missing a leg or does his groin hurt?
This guy could be here at Fire for a while. I wouldn't discount that idea that this guy's one to build with.
If he's gonna be here for a while, he should learn how to defend.
This guy,
he doesn't want to. I guarantee, if Europe doesn't work out, he'll go to Argentina because as much as we're Americans and I like Chicago, and if I have a chance to play in Chicago or Poland, I'm playing in Chicago, right?
This dude has
But, like,
79 appearances since 2020.
Yeah.
He look at this line here. He's been in America quite a few seasons. This guy
Yep.
really might like it here. He might, of course, have ambition to want to go to that next level, but how much farther is Carlos Teran going to be able to push? Because here's the fact of the matter. He's not even the best in MLS. He's not even close to the best in MLS right now at 24, nor is he on a trajectory to become even the best in MLS right now. However, in time, maybe he could show something that he could be an MLS best defender with Chicago Fire. And
So you don't feel like they're going to sign anybody in the summer? You think
I'm
center
not
back
sure.
to logjam?
I'm just not seeing who's going after Carlos Teran at 24 after not being one of the best MLS defenders. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Guys flame out at clubs all the time and get on.
He's not
other
flaming
places.
out. He starts all the time.
Well, but he's not producing to the level that you're looking
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
for. And, but
That's
like,
the issue.
but until now, he really hasn't had a. Well, I mean, I guess you're gonna say Chihos. Chihos did play well when he played with Teran, right?
Right.
Except for
But,
last
like,
season.
It's not like he had a full team around him. You know, like a defense looks a lot better giving up one goal when you win 3-1 versus when you lose 1-0.
I mean, he hasn't even put on a full season really in MLS. Take a look at this. Like 24 games played in a 34-game season.
Well, I mean,
you know what? He's been hurt a lot. That's the problem. Is that
He's missed
he
over
played,
10 games a season.
Yeah, that's
Well-
kind of why I kind of don't want him stick around anymore, because we can't have a 20-game, starter. Because this look what's happening now. We're leaking goals like crazy.
We are. And what's the
I mean,
best
it's-
ability?
yeah.
Availability.
Well, I think we are rapidly becoming unavailable because we have gotten to the end of the program.
Oh my gosh.
The Brimstone Cup. Okay.
I'll get there real quick, but take a look at this. Chicago Fire made something.
That's right. I forgot the training pitch was opened up and like officially open. So wait, it's at, where did they say it is? It's 14th
Like I'm Roosevelt or something. I don't know.
yeah, it's down by Little Italy, right?
Yeah.
Nice little view.
I gotta check this place out. It looks cool as hell. I mean, I guess I can't go in, right? But it'd be cool to see.
I think they might be offering tours if you're a season ticket holder. After
Yeah, I missed the event. I was sick. I was just sick.
what are you
was the
talking
an-
about? Didn't-
Huh?
What are you talking about? They haven't done the tours yet for season ticket holders.
Oh, I thought they had a big event though. The opening event.
They did.
That was
have an
for like
event.
the press, and that's like the
Oh.
official.
Just for the press. Why weren't we there?
Yeah, I know.
Answer in the
Where's
comments.
our credentials? Our
Yeah.
hard hitting analysis.
Hey, if we could get into the White House with our current credentials, how come we can't get into a fire meeting?
No.
Think
Yeah,
about it.
all we gotta
Think
do is be
about
a
it.
Dude Bro podcast, and we've got credentials at the fucking White House. Yeah.
dude, we
What a-
can get
what a
into the White
illustrious
House, but we
country.
can't get into the fire. That makes no sense.
Yeah, shit's not going wrong or nothing. Anyway, so the Brimstone Cup is all dented up and beautiful because which one of our supporters dropped it?
No one knows.
Jiggly.
But the Fire. It's so it used to be the Dallas Burn and the Chicago Fire.
Schweinsteiger's
play
like,
over the
oh, where did you
Brimstone
drop
Cup."
this? Off of the Empire State Building?
No,
No,
yeah,
that's
one
New
of our
York,
sup-
buddy.
I'm pretty
Sears
sure-
Tower here.
It was one of us, right? It had to have been one of our guys. I'm pretty sure our people dropped it, but it is very dented and it makes it even better.
It does.
It may so like this is this old MLS forced rivalry stuff that really doesn't matter. But to be honest, the fact that somehow we've kept it going as a fan bases has been amazing.
Tradition.
I can't complain. So let's
Tradition.
go get that Brimstone Cup, everybody. Come on, baby.
We're ready to give that up. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like we're gonna lose, unfortunately. DPG called a draw, which means we would keep it, by the way. James,
Yeah.
what did you call? What'd you call?
Oh, we're getting crushed 3-1. Well, I still want to see a goal out of the Fire, but 3-1.
I had 2-1, and DPG had what, 2-2?
Peter Moose.
I got a 1-1.
Oh, 1-1.
Did you guys try this new beer yet?
No.
Yes, I was at that very event that you're showing. With my blue ass head
It looks
in
tasty.
the Instagram post. I have the koozie, which is cool because it has the schedule on the back.
Well, that's cool. It's gonna be useless in about a year or two.
This koozie. It's got the schedule on the back.
Hold on, let me blow this up for the fans. Dude, that's sick.
That is sick.
Yeah, but it will be even with the schedule. Yeah, it will be like it still won't be useless. It just will be useless.
No, it's like when you get a band T-shirt with the tour dates on the back.
Exactly. Then you can look at those matches. He's gonna see like enter Miami.
You know what? I
there.
gotta see where I can get one of those. I think I have to go to.
I guarantee they'll be handing billions of these out.
Grab one for me, boys, if you can. Appreciate it.
Oh, I still have that scarf for you. I got this Miami Chicago Fire scarf for the game me and James went to, that they made a scarf to because it was supposed to be Messi, but he didn't come. But
Messi did not show.
Did
you guys hear about this onside show?
I did not.
No.
I have to watch it. You told me about it about 20 minutes before we recorded.
I'm hearing that there's an MLS TV show called Onside. What streaming program? Let us know in the comments.
It's got to be on Apple Plus, right?
Yeah, it has to be on Apple.
That would make sense.
Paramount has some cool content. It's not MLS content, but Paramount has some very cool content. But yeah, Apple apparently has stepped up their content game. There has been a few Fire videos I meant to watch, but I didn't get around to it. So it looks like we're getting a little bit more love than say we did last year. We got no love. It was like, hey, look, they have a cube. It's like, we did. That was it. So like, I don't know, man. It's cool. We don't need to get into it because we got to get out of here. But Apple, I've been enjoying I've enjoyed the product. I've enjoyed the product.
And we also love when you guys enjoy the product here at Enemies of the Fire. If you know what we mean, smash that like button and help us hit our goal of 500 subscribers as we fire it up, footballers, and we will catch you on the next Enemies of the Fire episode. We are here every week. We usually post it on Thursdays, record on Wednesdays. Great job, boys.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.
Later.